Hello traders, welcome back to the channel. Today is Sunday, and as we all know, Sundays we do top analysis, give trading setup, trading bias, and things to expect in the market for the new trading week. And today I have few pairs that I'll be running top analysis on. So I suggest you stay with us to the end of this video, because at the end of this video, you will maximize your chance of winning and being profit in this new trading week. So without wasting time, let's begin. Now, and we are starting with gold today. Looking at these charts, you will see that gold has been in a very bullish momentum and buying to the upside. When a market is going to the upside, what do? You look for continuation to the upside, because trading against the trend is always risky in the market. And now dropping down to 1 hour, everything is little more defined. And in my previous video, because in this video I'll be sharing some of the trades we caught and how we caught it, because through it you can learn something and add to the knowledge you already have in the market. So now looking at this, in my previous video, I explained all the reasons we should be expecting gold to react from this order block, taking out these lows. When we go to 15 minutes, the low will be more clear to us, because looking at this low, you can rightly see there the lows, and this particular one, right? I shared all the reasons we should be expecting these two lows to be cleared. Why? Because in trading, for example, in trading, if you have been with us in this channel for some time, you will understand that in trading, once a low creates a high without that low sweeping any liquidity, markets always come to it, taking it out, coming to up fair value gap or other block before continuation to the upside. So on Wednesday, I shared all the reasons why we should be expecting this to happen, and that's exactly what the market has done. Now, but unfortunately, the market did not get to our 1 hour order block here. Now, this is why it is important to always learn from some of the things we share here, right? Sometimes you could not get to your order block, but you still have opportunity to move the market to the upside. So after we saw this, and we saw this powerful rejection to the upside, giving us this engulfing pattern of this candlestick, we now drop down to 15 minutes. So what are we looking for? We are looking for what? Change of trend. Now, looking at this chart right now, you will discover that the market was creating series of lower lows and lower highs. From there, we started seeing these higher highs and higher low. And what I just said a few minutes ago, that whenever you see, okay, let me remove this for the chart to be a little clean. Whenever you see a market, right, create something like this, it always come down to take it out before continuation to the upside. And that was exactly what this market did at this particular place. Now, when we discovered that the market was not gonna get to our order block, or rather reacting from this wedge that I also pointed out in our previous video. Now, when we saw this, so what did we do? We moved down to 5 minutes. By the way, remember, higher time frame gives you clear direction of the market. Lower time frame gives you good entry and clear view of what is currently happening in the market. So after we saw this, right, we were expecting this low to be taken out before continuation. So what happened? And when we look at it here, there was no order block here. So and there's still not the order block there. So we decided to make use of bullish candlestick patterns. So after we saw this sweep of liquidity and with this week and giving us a very good confluence, because the market did not close below this low. So what did we do? We now waited until we saw this bullish engulfing here. We open our trade and put our stop loss just below the candlestick. Then we targeted this 3-to-1 risk reward here at this high here, because we knew that that high would be what? Taking out to the upside. So we now placed our trade there, put our stop loss above this high, and what did the market do? The market played out before this change of trend. Now, looking at what we have here, remember, let me quickly say this, right? Let me remove this. This was the first trade we caught. So let me remove some of the things so our chart will be more clear. Now, let me say this. Whenever you mark out your order block and you start seeing a very strong momentum coming to that particular order, please don't place order on that particular order block, right? Unless it is coming correctively. But if you are seeing something like this, if you are seeing something like this, please don't expect that order block to hold. So I want you to just have that at the back of your mind. So immediately we saw this move today downside, we knew that this order block was not gonna hold because we already have that order block and wedge above it filled. So we didn't open any trade here. And remember what I just said a few minutes ago, whenever a low creates a high without being swept, let the market will come to take it out. So when you look at this right now, this is our strong low. Let's take it. This is our strong low. Why? Because it took out this what? Liquidity. Just like this is now our strong low. Had it been that this market, right, went below this and covered and closed below this, then we already have a very powerful change of trend. But the market didn't go below it, talk more of closing below it. So we are still bullish. Now, having this in mind, when we discover that this liquidity has been cleared, right now we started looking for opportunity to the downside. So we now drop down to 15 minutes. Now coming to 15 minutes, we now discover that we have a very good order block down there. Look at it there. With a very good fair value gap. Let me also say this. What makes order block more stronger is when there is fair value gap above or below it, depending the order block we are making use of. Now, looking at this, I don't think you can see that very good fair value gap there. And this fair value gap is what gave us confidence that this was gonna hold. So what did we do? After seeing this, because once a liquidity is taken out and there is order block below it, just know that the order block is still going to react. It's really gonna react. So after seeing that, we didn't place our order. Why? Because we saw on 1 hour that it was coming down with what? Momentum. So keeping our order here, it doesn't make any sense because the market could continue going to the downside because we thought that that change of trend would come at this particular place. So we didn't place any order here. So but when it came to the order block, we started seeing reactions. Then we dropped down to lower time frame. So let me delete this. From lower time frame, we now started seeing that change of trend. Remember, this market was coming down despite it was coming with high power. We were seeing that lower lows and lower high. All of a sudden, the market started changing what? That trend. So we knew that the trend has changed, that this order block was gonna hold. So after seeing that, we now drop down to this by 15 minutes. Now, looking at this right now, remember what I just said. This has given us a low that needs to be cleared, right? Always remember that. It gave us this low that's needed to be cleared. So we drop down to our 5 minutes, waiting and looking for a very good order block. So where did we see that order block? Now we saw that order block here, this particular place. So we drew that order block because we have fair value gap above it. So what did we do? We placed our order at this particular place, putting our stop loss still below this below this low here. We couldn't expand it to below this place. Why? Because of our risk reward ratio, because we knew that the immediate high that would be taken out should be this. And putting our stop loss below here is not going to give us that 3-to-1 risk reward. So what did we do? We just refined our order here, putting it just below this particular place and targeted this what high here to be taken out. And that was how we caught this particular trade. And the market gave us our 3-to-1 risk reward and continued moving to the upside. So these were the things that happened on gold last 2 trading days, and the opportunities that we caught and utilized our trading strategy to get. So what are we expecting on gold currently? Now on gold, when you look at it, you will discover that on 1 hour, this liquidity has been taken out, and there is no valid order block here right now, but we are only seeing one profound thing there, which is this fair value gap we are seeing on this 1 hour candle, right? And you know that fair value gap is always powerful in the market. And considering the high we are seeing here, after this must have been tested, so we are still going to expect more bullish movement to the upside, at least coming to this other block. But we are coming to that. So after seeing this, so let's move down to lower time frame to see if there is anything significant we are going to see there. Let's go to 15 minutes. Okay, now fine. Now we have a very good order block here. I know why I'm using it as an order block, which I'm going to explain in just a few minutes. So this is a very good order block we have now on 15 minutes. Why am I taking it as a very good order block? Because we have a very good low that needs to be taken out. Now looking at this low did not take out any liquidity, right? This is our very strong low here. This is our very strong low here, right? Because that low swept this liquidity, and in fact there is so many things associated with this which I'm going to explain later. So let's remove it. Let's just keep everything simple and straight. So this order block here that we are seeing, even on 5 minutes, we can see that order block. If we refine more little, you can see it there. So we're expecting the market to take out this low that we are seeing on 15 minutes and also 5 minutes, and seeing it as what order block on fair value gap on 1 hour. So we're expecting the market to come to this place, take out these lows before we see continuation to the upside. But when we look at the below side of the market, we still have open order block there, right? This open order block, we have this low that created high that has not been swept. So let's keep that at the back of our mind. It has not been swept. So we should be expecting this market to react from here and continue moving to the upside or this particular place. Why? Because this low swept liquidity. So this is our much powerful low that don't need to be taken out. So, and this order block we are seeing here is a very strong order block because it's also serving as what? A wedge. And there is a low above it. And also a fair value gap we are seeing there above it. So this is a very strong order block. So we are expecting the market to react from this 15 minutes order block, right? And continue moving to the upside. This should be your first take profits, 3-to-1 risk reward to take out that low. This high, and this should be your second TP, which is 6-to-1 risk reward, taking out this high, right? And coming to order block that we are going to look at here in just a few minutes. So, or you look for another entry here, and your stop loss should be below this order block, and your first take profit, 3-to-1 risk reward. Don't be greedy in the market. Second take profit this high, and third take profit could come to this particular place, depending what the market gives to us. Let me say this: wait for change of trend at this particular place. Don't enter blindly or aggressively. Why? Because we still have extreme order block and or unmitigated order block here. So we wait for change of trend if you are to open at this particular place. And you can place your buy limit here. Also wait for change of trend at this particular place. So on gold, this is what we are expecting. Because when we come to, 4 hours, we can see that order block at that particular place, right? This order block. Because remember, gold has been buying, trending for a long period of time without any deep correction. So if we are to see any deep correction, it's going to start from this place. But before that, those gaps that I showed you on lower time frame need to be filled. But if the market opens and gold decides to continue moving up without coming down to test these zones and break this particular up place, you don't still have anything to worry about. Either you look for a valued entry from what you have already learned so far, or on Wednesday, when I'll be doing midweek top analysis, I will also share with us the current situation in the market and what to look out for. So currently on gold, this is what we are expecting. Let me go to one. So this is what we're expecting. These are two trading setup that we should be trying to maximize the opportunity. Then secondly, on I have a setup on Euro USD. Now coming to Euro USD, let's go to 4 hours time frame. On this 4 hours time frame, in our previous video, I explained all the reason why gold needs to start coming down from this particular place. I explained why you need to take out this high, this liquidity before it start coming down. When gold was here, I explained all the reason we should also expect this move from here. When gold gave us this break of structure here, I explained all the reason we should be expecting gold to come to order block here on lower time frame before it starts what selling and so on. And when gold was here on Wednesday, Euro USD was here on Wednesday, I explained all the reason why we should be expecting this continuation move to the downside after we saw these break of structures that I marked out on my previous video, telling us why this high need to be taken out, because this is a valid break of structure on 15 minutes. Let's look at it there. On 15 minutes, as you can see, this candle closed below it. So, and this was the last low last high created before this break of structure. So I explained all the reason why the market has to what um liquidate that particular place, start selling from this order block at this particular place, but it didn't get to our order block before it started selling, but later came to this what order block here before it started what selling to the downside. So all these things I covered during my last analysis, and some of us utilize the opportunity to get some trades. So what are we expecting on Euro USD this week? Remember, in our last analysis, I explained all the reason this order block needs to be taken out because of we have this order block here and we have this particular order block, which I'm going to be talking about in just a few minutes. So the market has taken out this order block that I spoke about and started reacting from this particular order block, which we could have opened a trade here. But remember, we don't trade against the trend. So we are seeing just a reaction, normal reaction that happens when the market is still moving today, opposite direction of order blocks. So what are we expecting now? We are expecting two things. Number one is, remember, whenever a structure is broken to the downside without that high sweeping any high, we should expect something like this before continuation to the downside. Now, what are we having here? Now, on 4 hours, we have a very good order block here that we should expect market to come to fill. And this particular place, we also have a very good order block. And here we have a very good breaker block here. right? Now, these three zones that we have right now, let's refine them one after the other. Now, let's delete this. Remember that, and let's delete this. Now, looking at what we have here right now, this break of structure happened at this particular place. This is a valid break of structure. So what are we expecting now? Then when we look at this, let's refine this. This is a very good order block here, right? And why are we taking this order block? Because it took out this high. So this is a very good high that we are looking at here, very strong high. And we should be expecting the market to take out this high very well, which has been already taken out with this week. So there is possibility of the market to come to this particular place and change trend and start coming to the downside. So we should be expecting an entry here, or we should be expecting the market to change trend here. But in that situation, we also have another order block on this at this particular place on 4 hours. Now, looking at what we have at this particular place right now, we can see that this is now a high created after break of structure. Remember, when high is created before break of structure, market always go to take it out before continuation, and whenever it is created after break of structure, market always go to take it out before continuation. So what are we expecting here? We are expecting the market to start selling from this particular place, right? Reacting here, taking this as the inducement that was created before this break of structure on 1 hour, right? To take this one as what? Inducement or liquidity grab, because this one was created inside structure before the breakout, or is going to now use the one of 4 hours to take this on 4 hours and continue moving to the downside. It might not get to this particular place. It might react from this breakout block and continue moving to the downside. So what are we expecting? We are expecting this market, Euro USD, to continue selling from this particular place, or start selling from this order block on this breaker block, right? And start selling to the downside, or coming to this particular place before moving to the downside. But I strongly believe that this market is going to start selling from this particular place because of what? We have a very good high here and a very good order block that has fair value gap inside it. So targeting here, your first TP should be 3-to-1 risk reward. Don't be greedy in the market. Second one should be below this what? Low, to take it out. So this is what I am expecting on Euro USD. And on GBP USD, I have another good setup that I'm also expecting. Remember in our previous video, I explained all the reason why we should be expecting the market to take out these lows here, right? Because we have equal lows, and we have some certain things below it, which I'm not going to be talking about now. So we expecting market to take it out, and the market has already given us what? A very good what? Break of structure and very continuation of trend. So what are we expecting now? Now, looking at this right now, we can see that very good order block, right? And we are now seeing this structure created before the break of structure. So let's drop down to 1 hour and see what we have here. We have this as okay, yes, everything is more refined now. Now, this is a very good order block. Why? Please, in most cases that we have a long week outside break of order block, please treat them as one. So we have this order block here. Why? Because this is a valid break of structure here. This is a break of structure here. So the market could decide to treat this as high that need to be taken out, which has been taken out and it could react from this order block here before continuation to the downside, or it will now come to this order block on 4 hours. So on GBP USD, what am I expecting? I'm expecting this market to start selling from this particular place, my stop loss here. Then my first take profit should be here, which is my what? 3-to-1 risk reward, or this low below this particular place. So anyone that comes, I'll be going into it. Or secondly, I'll be looking for what? That sell setup from this particular place, put my stop loss above the structure and target through 3-to-1 risk reward here. First one, then my second profit should be what? Below this low. So these are my setup on GBP USD, but there's nothing to worry about. On Wednesday, I'll still be updating us on what we currently have in the market. And then one thing I want us to look at on Euro USD before I give us next setup is this, right? On daily time frame, we are waiting for this particular order block to be filled. Why? Because this order block here, this low, created this external high. So we're expecting it to be filled. That's why we are still expecting down movements. Keep that at the back of your mind. So let's drop to USD JPY. On USD JPY, I explained to us in my previous video why we should be expecting this downward movement to come and fill this what gap here. So, and that's what exactly the market is currently doing. So, what are we looking for? We'll be looking for more trade to the downside, at least to come to this order block before we start seeing any other reaction, or you wait. Remember, trading against the trend sometimes is risky, or you wait for the market to come and fill this order before you start taking it to the upside. So in this particular place, I'm not gonna give any setup yet because things are not yet that clear till Wednesday. Or if you still want to trade, if USD JPY is one of your favorite pairs, you could be looking to take this order or this market from this order block, right? Why? Because we have this fair value gap that could make that order to hold. And secondly, we have this high created before this break of structure. So there is possibility for this market right now to turn trend, come to this zone before dropping to the downside, coming to this order block. So it depends, but always wait for change of trend in markets like this. And shout out to one of my subscribers that pleaded that we should cover Euro GBP for him. So today we'll be covering that for you. So let's go to GBP. Now looking at it right now, what do we have? Okay, let's go to daily. Okay, looking at it right now, we can see that this particular place, we have order that reacted. We have market that is reacting from this daily order block, and the market has changed trend from creating series of lower lows and lower highs to now creating higher highs and higher low. As we all can see, the market was creating lower lows and lower highs, now creating higher highs and higher lows, and it has broken this particular high here, extreme high that swept this liquidity here. So the trend of this market has really what changed. This was a liquidity graph here, and this is now what I call change of character. So the character of this market has changed. Now what do we have? As we can see, we have this low that didn't sweep any low, still active, and I believe the market is going to use this as what inducement. So what are we expecting? Let's see if we can see good. Okay, we have this other block here. Nice one. We have this other block here that we have a fair value gap above it and also a low above it. So we are expecting this particular market to come to this particular order block, right? To take out this low, come to this order block and continue moving to the upside. First, take profit, 3-to-1 risk reward. Second, take profit should come to this particular high. So this is my view and my bias on GBP, Euro GBP. So I believe you can utilize the opportunity, but please always wait for change of trend, right? Um, Going aggressively sometimes is not actually advisable in the market, but definitely we are expecting this market to continue today upside. So that is it. Remember, if you have not subscribed, subscribe, like, share, and comment so that whenever we drop any educative video or trading setups, you'll be the first to get it. Have a wonderful trading week ahead.